Got fire?
If you're not prepared, you don't know JAKZ. Prepper JAKZ.
Hi everyone, John here for Prepper JAKZ. 2020 has been a nightmare, hasn't it? You know, no matter what you believe regarding the COVID-19, the election, or any other nonsense that's taken place this year, one thing that we can agree on is that winter is here. Unless you live in South Florida, Arizona, California, or any other tropical place in the world, it's probably cold or about to get cold where you're at. And one thing that can boost your morale better than anything else is having a fire, especially if you're outside. It'll help keep you warm. It's something that you can use to cook over. It can be security, around your area to keep animals away. And even if you just have a fire pit or a fireplace, relaxing by a fire can be one of the greatest stress relievers ever. It's been a while since I've done a video, especially out here in the great outdoors. And so I wanted to come to you today and talk to you a little bit about one of the great products that we have in our store, our Purefire Tactical Fire Starters. I'll kind of demonstrate it for you a little bit. The two styles that they come in are the Purefire Survival Tactical Fire Starter and the Purefire Folding Tactical Fire Starter. Both have their great uses. One, in the survival side, you can pop the cap off the end of it, put some extra tinder in there. This one comes with some fat wood, some magnesium shavings, some duct tape, which is also flammable. But you can put any kind of number of things in there that you need for survival. In the folder, it's nice, it's compact, it fits into a pocket in your bug out bag or any kind of pack or type get out of town type system that you may have set up. It's nice. You can actually put it in your pocket of your jacket, or a lot of people don't carry things up here in the top pocket. It would fit nicely in your top pocket, while you're out walking around or hiking or whatever, and that way you always have a fire starter. It also comes with a really nice healthy piece or chunk of fat wood, as well as the magnesium fire shavings as well. As you can see, both have a tremendous amount of magnesium with a ferro rod on top. So that way you always know that you have a way to start a fire, as well as some tinder, the magnesium. And in case you're not aware, magnesium itself will burn at approximately 5,600 degrees. And the sparks from the flint rod usually have a temperature of about 3,200 degrees. So when these two items are combined together, you're definitely going to get a fire going. Now, one of the things that I've been asked a couple of times this year in our store is, how do you get wet firewood to light? How do you build a fire in the rain, or not necessarily in the rain, but with wet firewood? And one of the easiest ways that I can tell you to do that, I've had some other experts tell me, what you have to do is you have to scrape down to the dry wood. It might take you a little bit of time to get down to it, but scrape off all the wet stuff to get down to the dry stuff. Now this is an old dead limb, but still, you see how it's feathering? This is not damp. It's a little bit damp, but not too bad. But as you can see, I'm getting down to the dry stuff here right in the middle. That's dry right there, and that would catch a fire real easy. So that's what you're looking for, is you want to cut down through the wet stuff, get the wet stuff out of the way, get down to the dry stuff, and then you could actually make up some shavings. And now you've got some tinder there that you could use to light a fire. Okay? So that's how you do it. And so I'm going to use the Purefire Tactical Survival Fire Starter today in this demonstration. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my trusty go-to is dryer lint. So I'm going to use that here. I'm going to kind of spread it out to give me a little bit of room there. And I'll show you how easy this will catch. But this will demonstrate at least a little bit of how well the Purefire Tactical Starter actually works and how quick and easy it is to start a fire. Alright, so here we go. See, it's already caught. And now while that's burning, I can add my smaller tinder. I'll let that go. Let that catch for just a minute. And then as that starts to catch, we've got the next little size up. I can put that on there. And then as that starts to catch, I can start layering in some of these that are about my middle finger size. And then from there, you can put in extra logs, you know, ones that are a little bit bigger, about the size of your arm. Remember, we started with the pinky, then the ring finger, then the middle finger, the index finger, and then the thumb. And then the next size would be about your wrist, about the middle of your forearm, then your bicep. And then you can go into bigger ones for bigger fires, about, you know, this big for long term. And you can build the Swiss or the Siberian fire logs for all night long use, for cooking and that kind of stuff. And so that gets that started. Now you could also use the magnesium on the back, which, like I said, starts at about 5,600 degrees, combined with the ferro rod on the top, which is about another 3,200 degrees. And as I said earlier, you'll get one heck of a fire. So you have the warmth, you can cook, and you can stress debrief, or stress relax your stress. You could also toss in a pine cone, you know, just for some extra fire wood. And that's as big as I'm going to make it for today, because I'm kind of running out of some time. I've got to get back to the store because Kim needs me, and so we'll let this burn and enjoy the warmth for just a few minutes, and then we'll get on to the store.
Hey folks, I gotta sneak this in here because I feel it's important. I filmed the sizes of the twigs you need for a fire, but I forgot to add the intro for the segment. So when building a fire, it is important to have varying size of twigs or types of tinder to help build your fire. In this upcoming segment, I will tell you how to determine what size twigs to find and use in building your fire. Sorry I've left it out.
So as you can see here, these are really fine. They're, you judge by the size of my fingernail, they're really tiny, and that's what you're going to start with on top of your tinder. Then you move up to the next little size, which is just, as you can see, just a little bit bigger. And then the next size, again, just a little bit bigger than the previous. And then lastly, a little bit bigger than these. And once you get to these, then you can start with some bigger logs about the size of your arm. The rule of thumb typically is go by the size of your fingers. And if you look, you know, the pinky starts out small, then the ring finger, then the middle finger, then the index finger. You know, yeah, they're a little bit smaller, but that's kind of a general idea, is you want to go from the smallest to the largest, ultimately finishing with the size of your thumb. And if you look, it's right about the size of my thumb. So those are your sizes. And now we were talking about tinder, placing the smallest ones on your tinder. This is fat wood. Some call it fat lighter or pine knot, but it's basically a pine rosin soaked wood. And another really good one that I like is pine cones. Believe it or not, pine cones are full of all kinds of pine rosin within the little seeds here, and that's where you get some of the little pine knots that you can eat, or little pine nuts that you can eat. And then another all-time favorite of mine is dryer lint. That's what we're going to be doing to start our fires with. One of the last things that I wanted to show you is what a lot of people get misconstrued about is a lot of times when you're looking for the fine stuff, this size and sometimes even this size, a lot of people go for stuff like this, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as when you break it, it breaks. Now this one is, when you bend it, it doesn't snap. Alright, that means it's still green. It's not going to burn very well. In fact, if you can get it to burn at all. Alright, so if you can do this, don't use this. What you want is one that you can take and do that with. And even more so, just so that you know, on this little smaller stuff, there, it broke, okay? So remember, if you can bend it and it doesn't break, no use, okay? That's the easiest way to remember it. All right, folks, so that wraps it up about the Firestarter Survival Tactical Fire Starter. Anyway, we got them on our website, www.prepperjakz, that's JAKZ.com, or we have them in our store here at 5812 Yadkin Road in Fayetteville. Just about a mile and a half or so outside of the gate to Fort Bragg, here in the home of the 82nd Airborne Special Operations Command and the Joint Special Operations Command. So, with that, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there and ring the bell so that you'll be notified of future videos coming up. I hope to bring you some more coming up soon. And as always, we do appreciate you and thank you for your support. Oh, and one last thing, because it is Christmas, the Christmas holidays are coming up next week, I do believe. Probably won't do a video next week. We'll probably do one as it gets ready to come up on New Year's Eve, or in that vicinity anyway. But what I wanted to remind everybody is while you're out shopping, be nice to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another. And I say that because this is a type of year, because COVID and the elections and some other stuff, all the craziness going on for 2020, shopping can be dangerous. People are out there looking for you. They're looking to take what you've got. So be careful, pay attention to your surroundings. Situational awareness is not just a tongue twister and a mouthful, but it's important. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you, and don't be a victim. All right, so make sure you park under lighted lights in the parking lot. Make sure that you check the back seat before you get in your car. Make sure you check the bed of your truck if you don't have a canopy on it before you get in your truck, and just basically pay attention to all your surroundings. If you're going to be traveling, make sure you don't drink and drive. As we used to say in the military, if you drink, don't drive, and if you drive, don't drink. And just be careful, plan your routes ahead of time. Just remember, everybody's just trying to get to see their loved ones. The ones that are going to be traveling anyway, they're trying to get to see their loved ones like you are, and so just be mindful of that. Have some patience, just be careful, and again, pay attention to your surroundings. Folks, I hope that helps. I hope everybody has a safe and blessed Merry Christmas, and if we don't see you again before New Year's, we hope you have a prosperous New Year. And we do appreciate everybody's support. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's at the little @ symbol there, at Prepper JAKZ, JAKZ. And yeah, unfortunately, we're still on Facebook because it's part of the business, but we're also on Parler as well, Prepper JAKZ there. And hey, folks, I'm just rambling at this point, but hey, look out for each other. Wait and look for the next video. I hope you found this helpful. Purefire Tactical Fire Starters are great little stocking stuffers for Christmas. And so with that, folks, take care, and thanks again.